Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. Today I'm joined by the Portuguese-Canadian singer-songwriter, now based in Newfoundland, Nico Paulo, for our Standfest edition of Zoomies. Welcome, Nico.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So first off, care to introduce yourself a bit more in depth for our listeners?
Sure. Uh, my name is Nico Paulo. I am a Portuguese Canadian singer-songwriter and designer and visual artist. I grew up in Portugal, but I was born in Toronto. I was very little when my parents moved back to Portugal. They are both Portuguese and of Portuguese descendants. And what else? And then I moved to Toronto first when I was 21, so about 10 years ago. And recently, in the last 3 years, I fell in love with the East Coast of Canada and I settled in St. John's, Newfoundland, and have been here since and love it.
Awesome. So what does it mean to you to perform at Stan Rogers Folk Festival, where it's known to its dedication for celebrating songwriters?
I mean, it feels like I feel very honored to be added to this lineup this year and to the festival. Um, I think it's important to keep celebrating artists that have been so important for certain areas and certain parts of the culture of Canada, and I think it's, I feel just very happy that I'm a part of it this year.
Definitely. Okay. Um, so the festival honors the legacy of Stan Rogers, which is a well-known songwriter, of course. How do you incorporate storytelling into your own performances to connect with the audience?
How do I incorporate storytelling? Um, I think just, in a very honest way.
Mhm.
I feel like so far my songs or the songs that I have released are very close to the heart and um, close to my personal life and experiences. And I think that is ultimately the best way to connect with others and to inspire other people or help heal or help go about their days, and I think we all play different roles and different parts in our society. And I think music and art are just such catalysts and like sources for goodness, and
Mhm.
connection. And I think I try to keep that in mind. It's just like it's really not about me, although I'm telling my story,
Mhm.
but it is a way of, making a bridge where we can all stand together.
Um, so Stanfest is also known for its intimate and community-oriented atmosphere. How does performing in a setting such as this differ from a regular venue setting?
Well, I don't know. I've never been to Stanfest before. It's exciting to hear that it is that way. That's lovely. I'm playing many different performances, and I actually question is like, why am I playing so many different little showcases or shows throughout the festival? But I get it that it's just I'm sure there will be some very intimate moments, from what I can understand that, of communicate that it's has been communicated. And yeah, it's very exciting to have that as a priority, so people can get even closer to each other and to the artist and to the source of where things are coming from. It's cool.
Are you working on any new projects or releases? And will Stanfest attendees hear any new material during your sets?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Ex-
Always working on new things. Yeah, it's very unclear to what it is, but it was like this the other time when I did this record. It was like sort of like unruly for a while, and then things just start taking some shape and you follow that. But there's a lot of intention this time too, which is a very big difference from the other record. Intention and I guess I could say pressure as well, because when people receive something from someone, then that's all they know that they will continue receiving. So um I don't think it's a negative thing, but I definitely, it puts a little bit of pressure on like a second release or a second record. And I've released other EPs and smaller pieces of work before, but I definitely feel like, okay, what are we doing now, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Are there any artists on this year's lineup that you're particularly excited to check out?
Yeah, for sure. I really am looking forward to see Tara Spencer, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's their name. And who else? I always love seeing the ones perform. And Tim Baker, of course, he was a big part of this record. He was one of the producers and a big collaborator on the songwriting of this record. So
Awesome.
always love to see Tim. And I used to play in his band, so it's nice to see
Okay.
what what his band is looking like these days and connect with old friends too.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it'll be a great festival, and I'm sure I'll meet a lot of artists that I haven't really met before. So
Oh,
that's also
yes.
a good thing about festivals.
hmm So the next five questions are just for fun. What was the first festival you attended as a fan?
A Rock in Rio in Lisbon.
Okay. What's the first thing you do when you arrive at a festival?
Look for a map.
Yeah, makes sense. What's your go-to snack or meal when you're performing at a festival?
Oh, just some bread and olives.
Okay. If you could create your dream festival lineup, and this can be past, living, dead, it's up to you. Who would
Mm.
be the top three headliners other than yourself?
Ah, I get to play too. That's exciting. I mean, I'm gonna just go with like recent things that I like really love and that I would love to connect with. Um and I feel like a lot of these artists share the same kind of like influences, so I feel like we'll all be like channeling older and artists that have passed away somehow.
Okay.
But I would say Fleet Foxes, of course. I would love to have Daniel Rawson from Grizzly Bear, or the Grizzly Bear itself, like the whole
Okay.
band. Um, Jessica Pratt,
Mm.
um, and one more. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's a lot of pressure. Feist, maybe Feist would be great.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be a
Hmm.
good one. And what's your favorite festival memory, either as a performer or as an attendee?
Uh, the first thing that comes to my mind was last year we played at Hillside Festival in Guelph,
Okay.
and they have this like morning showcase in under a tent, and like it's I forget what it's called now, but it's the very first show of the day. It's around 10 a.m. and it's supposed to be a bit more spiritual. And they have, no particular spirituality trait, but everyone comes together as, beginning of the day, last day of the festival. And I got to perform Wild Mountain Time.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was just like kind of amazing. I barely had to like sing, everyone was singing, and
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it was like a very special moment. And it's just amazing that we can gather in such big amounts of, you know,
Mhm.
bodies and all be, I don't know, mind like. Can you say that? I don't know if you
Yeah,
can say that.
yeah,
Yeah. Or have like something in common, you know? It's just
definitely.
like festivals definitely bring, through their lineups or through their styles or through their, you know, um, spirits, I guess. They do bring people that are alike together, and that's what it's so beautiful about them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So that's it for Zoomies Standfest edition. Thank you for joining me and have a blast at the festival.
Thank you so much.